Hello my dear boys and girls, welcome to your biology class. We have started our 9th chapter. Last class we have learned about the fertilization that happens in the sexual reproduction. We learned there are two types of fertilization. Which are the two types of fertilization, dear children? Yes, internal fertilization and external fertilization. So now you know what are the difference between the internal fertilization and external fertilization and which are the organisms participating in internal and external fertilization, isn't it? We have also learned about the viviparous and oviparous animals. Viviparous are the animals that gives the birth to their young ones, whereas oviparous are the animals or the organisms that the organisms that lays eggs and eggs hatches into a new organism, isn't it? The young one, isn't it? So such organisms are called viviparous and oviparous. You know the examples for the viviparous and oviparous animals. So in this class what we are going to learn is the male reproductive organ in human. The male reproductive organ in human. So we will be learning the male reproductive organ in today's class, whereas the next class we will learn the female reproductive organ. So after learning about the reproductive organ, we will learn the reproduction or the fertilization happening in the human beings. This portion is very important. You need to know all the parts and their functions. So let's start today's class. So here we are going to learn about the male and female reproductive organ and also how the fertilization happens in humans. So before moving to the topic, I want to tell you a few things. That is, we are going to learn about humans. We are going to learn about each of us. So never feel shy or awkward while learning this topic. This is your biology class. That means here we are going to learn about living things and life. So in this chapter, we are going to learn about life, how we all came into exist. So feel proud and blessed to know about all these things. Never feel shy or don't feel too much excited in learning these things. So now today let's learn about the male reproductive system. So dear children, let's learn about the male reproductive organ. So the diagram of male reproductive organ is given in page number 98 of your textbook. So the same diagram teacher have drawn and represented on the board. Firstly, let's learn the parts of male reproductive system. The male reproductive system is having 4 parts. The first part is testis. The oval shaped structure here is marked as a testis. Now the second part of male reproductive organ is vasa deferens or the sperm duct. The sperm duct is the second part and it is also called vas deferens. Now the third part is urinary bladder. Urinary bladder is the third part and the fourth part is penis. Penis. So these 4 are the main parts of the male reproductive organ. Now let's learn about these parts in detail. So the first part, testis. As you can see, there are 2 testes for a human male. That is, here there is a testis and here also you can see the oval shaped structures called testis. Now what is the function of testis? The function of testis is to produce the male gametes. Now, which is the male gamete in human? Yes, we learned in last class, the male gametes is called sperm, isn't it? Sperm is the male gamete and the function of testis is to produce the male gamete, that is to produce the sperms. And there is also one more function for the testis, that is they secrete a hormone, a male hormone called testosterone. Testosterone. So the function of the testis is to produce the male gametes, that is the sperms, and also they produce a hormone, male hormone called testosterone. Now where does this testis lies? Yes, the testis lies inside a pouch-like region and that pouch-like region is called scrotum. The pouch-like region in which the testis is kept is called scrotum. Now, this scrotum with the testis is kept outside the abdominal cavity. So, this place of the region where the testis is placed is outside the abdomen cavity. Outside the abdomen cavity, here you can see teacher have marked this pouch-like region as scrotum. Outside the abdomen cavity, scrotum is kept, and inside this scrotum, the testes are kept. Now, what is the function of the scrotum? Scrotum act as thermoregulators. Now, what is thermoregulation? That means they control the temperature. Always the scrotum control the temperature. The temperature of the testis is maintained 1 to 2 degree less than the normal temperature of the body. So, the temperature in the testis region is kept regulated with the help of the scrotum. The scrotum regulate the scrotum act as a thermoregulator, and also always the temperature is kept 1 to 3 degree below, that is less than the normal body temperature of human male. So, in the testis region they have less temperature comparing with the normal temperature of the human, and this scrotum with the testis is placed outside the abdomen cavity. Now, we learned about male gametes, and they are called sperms. Now, we will learn the structure of the sperms. So, we learned the testis, the function of the testis is to produce the male gametes, and those male gametes are called sperm. Now, here teacher have drawn the structure of the sperm. In page number 98 in your textbook also the structure of the sperm is given. So, a sperm has a head region, a middle piece region and a tail region. This tail region, the function of the tail region is it helps the sperm in the locomotion. It helps the sperm to move through the female reproductive system. Now, when do this males start producing the sperms? The males start producing the sperms at the age of 14 to 15 onwards. That is the period of their maturity, and during that period the human males start producing the sperms. So, now we learn about the function and the structure of the testis. That is the first part of the male reproductive organ. Now, let's learn about the second part, that is vas deferens or the sperm duct. Now, you can see here this tube-like region is marked as sperm duct or vasa deferens, and this vasa deferens is attached to the tube is attached to the testis, and other end is attached to the urethra. So, what is the function of the vasa deferens? The function of the vasa deferens is to collect the sperm from the testis, join it to the or give the sperms to the urethral region. So, the function of the vasa deferens is to collect the sperm and reach and help them to reach at the urethra. Now, the sperm duct also contains some fluid-like structures, and those structures is called semen. Those structure is called semen. Now, what is the function of the semen? The semen provide nourishment or food to the sperms. They give more energy to they are the proteins which give more energy to the sperms which are released from the testis. So, the second part is sperm duct or vasa deferens, and we learned its function and structure. Now, the third part is urethra. Urethra is the third part. So, urethra is a part of kidney, of excretory organ. So, we know our excretory organ is kidney, and that is through where the urine is passed. So, the function of urethra collect both the urine as well as the semen from the sperm duct. So the function of the urethra, it collects the urine in the excretory system, and along with that From the reproductive system of the men, it collects the sperm from the sperm duct in males. And later, this sperm moves out through the genital pore of human males. Now, the fourth structure of male reproductive part is penis. Penis is the fourth part. Now, what is the function of the penis? So, teacher have marked this long, thick muscular organ as penis. So, penis is a long, thick muscular organ in male reproductive organ, and its function is penis inject or put the sperms inside the female body. So, that is the function of the penis. So, here we learned 4 parts of male reproductive organ. The first one is testis. Function of the testis we learned, that is produce the male gametes, and the male gametes are called sperm. The structure of the sperm we learned, the sperm has 3 parts, a head region, middle region and tail region. Tail region help them to move through, it help in the locomotion. Now, the other function of the testis is it produce testosterone. Testosterone is a hormone which help in the production of male gametes. Now, the second part we learned is vasa deferens or sperm duct. The function of the sperm duct is it carries the sperm from the testis to the urethra. Now, the third region where and also it contains a fluid called semen which nourishes the sperm. Now, the third region we learned is urethra. Urethra is a region in the excretory organ. Urethra is a region in excretory system. The function of the urethra is it collects the urine as well as it collects sperm from the sperm duct. Now, the fourth part is penis. The function of the penis, it is long and muscular, thick region, and the function of the penis is it inject the male gamete to the female body. So, by this we understood that the sperm is produced, the male gametes is produced inside the testis, and from the testis it moves to the sperm duct, and within the sperm duct it gets the nourishment by the semen. It gets nourishment through the semen and it reaches the urethra. Urethra will store the sperm, and when it is time, the sperm will be released from the urethra to the penis, and penis, through the penis it will get ejected to the female body. So, this is how the male reproductive organ, the male reproductive system is working. Now, in page number 98 and 99 of your textbook, the explanation of the male reproductive system is given. So, kindly go through that after watching this video. Let's conclude what we have learned in today's class using the Digi video.
Reproduction in human beings, male reproductive organs. The male reproductive organs include a pair of testes, 2 sperm ducts, urethra and a penis. Testes, singular, testis. A man has 2 testes. These are oval in shape. They lie in a small muscular pouch called scrotum outside the abdominal cavity. Scrotum acts as a thermoregulator and keeps the temperature of testes about 1 to 3 degrees Celsius lower than the body temperature, which is necessary for the production of sperms. The function of testes is to produce male gametes called sperms and also to produce the male sex hormone called testosterone. The testes of a man start the formation of sperms on reaching the age of 14 to 15 years and after that throughout his life. The testes of a healthy male produce about 2 billion sperms every day. Each sperm has a head, a middle piece and a tail. The tail of the sperm helps in its locomotion. A coiled tube-like structure called epididymis is firmly attached to the testis. The sperms are stored temporarily in epididymis. Vas deferens, sperm duct. The vas deferens sperm duct is a narrow duct which starts from the testis and joins the urethra. It carries sperms to the urethra by the muscular action of its wall. Fluid produced by the seminal vesicles mixes with the sperms to produce semen. This fluid provides nourishment to the sperms. Urethra. It is a long tube that arises from the urinary bladder to carry urine. It runs through the penis and opens to the outside through male genital pore. The semen from vas deferens also joins the urethra. Thus, urethra carries urine from the bladder as well as semen consisting of sperms from the vas deferens through the penis. Penis. Penis is a long and thick muscular organ. It injects the sperms into the vagina of the female body. The male reproductive system also has some accessory glands like seminal vesicles, prostrate gland, and bulbourethral gland. Secretion of these glands constitutes the seminal plasma, which is rich in fructose, calcium, and certain enzymes.
So dear children, I hope all of you understood well about the male reproductive organ. Before concluding class, I like to give you a small homework that is in page number 98. So in page number 98, there is a multiple choice question. So those multiple choice question is based on last day's class. So kindly do that multiple choice question for our next class. So feel free to ask if you have got any doubt. See you in next class. Thank you.